Protestors, bad publicity, and tense testimony. Ivanka Trump is the latest in the Trump family to testify in court for Donald Trump's civil trial, and she didn't seem comfortable. Donald Trump has been in a dizzying amount of legal trouble over the past year, from a major New York lawsuit to serious criminal charges. The allegations against Trump in the New York lawsuit are straightforward. In 2022, New York Attorney General Letitia James accused the former president of overvaluing several of his New York City estates and assets, falsely inflating his net worth by billions of dollars over the course of a decade. The lawsuit also named Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump as defendants. Ivanka was initially named a defendant, but the allegations against her were dismissed in June 2023. Although she was spared from legal repercussions, she still had to appear in court to testify in her father's trial. In November 2023, Ivanka got on the stand and denied knowing anything about the overvaluing of her father's properties. She said in court, "As I told you, I had no involvement in his statement of financial condition and don't know about the valuations that were taken into account." While Ivanka seemed prepared in her answers in court, body language expert Jess Ponce III told the List that Ivanka appeared to be uncomfortable. Her discomfort seemed to start with the harsh attention that greeted her when she arrived at court. Ponce told the List, "As always, Ivanka was on point with her hair, makeup, and attire. She looked sharp and professional, yet unlike other press appearances, this event was different. She and her family were under deep scrutiny, and she did not seem comfortable." At the courthouse, Ivanka was greeted by protesters, which seemed to make her uneasy, despite her impassive demeanor. Ponce went on, "Exiting her car as she walked toward the courthouse, she did her best not to pay attention to the crowd, but she couldn't help but look up a few times as they chanted." Ponce said that Ivanka seemed awkward, her discomfort radiating off of her, although she tried to seem unfazed. He told the List, "In moments where she would normally wave or say hello to the crowd, she kept looking forward." The hostility Ivanka encountered was unusual for her. When Ivanka Trump makes a public appearance, it's usually in front of a crowd of enthusiastic supporters. This appearance was markedly different. Although she was aiming to avoid the press and protesters, they were still ready to fire questions at Ivanka. Someone even attempted to ask the former advisor how she was feeling, but she didn't respond to the question. Ponce said that her standoffish behavior was not typical for her, saying, "For someone who was used to press attention, it seemed as though she despised it in this moment. This leads one to wonder what's worse for her, testifying or not being admired by the crowd." Ivanka Trump may not have been prepared for her arrival to court, but she was ready to testify. James has been an opponent of the Trump family, but admits that Ivanka was cordial in her testimony, unlike her father. Despite Ivanka's friendly demeanor, however, James questioned the credibility of Ivanka's testimony, saying, "Ivanka Trump was cordial, she was disciplined, she was controlled, and she was very courteous, but her testimony raises questions with regards to its credibility, which will be a question for the finding of fact."
She is not really a secondary player here. She was a key player.
James believes that Ivanka benefited from the fraud in which her father was allegedly involved. She said, "And clearly you cannot distance yourself from that fact. The documents do not lie. The numbers do not lie. And despite the fact that she was very, very nice, very friendly, the facts basically demonstrate the truth."
No one is above the law.
As for Donald's attorneys, they felt that bringing Ivanka into this was meaningless. Alina Habba, a member of Trump's legal team, said, "Ivanka, another child of the Trump family, was dragged into court again. It's enough." It's unclear whether Ivanka will appear in court again.